you stuck around for this. She is a mother, a teacher, and an author, and Tamara Bundy's latest book is taking a look through history. Walking with Miss Millie takes a look at a fictional relationship between a young white girl and an older African-American woman in 1960s Georgia. And Tammy is with us here on Good Morning Cincinnati. So good to see you, Tammy.
So great to be here. Thank you for having me.
So I've talked to you before about books you've written, but is this your first novel? Did I read that correctly?
Yes, this is my first fiction novel.
Okay,
exactly.
so what inspired you to dive into fiction when you've written nonfiction so
When
much?
I went back to teaching high school, I read too many book reports on Twilight, I always say, and I just thought I could probably do this. And it took a while to find what genre was best for me. I think after trying teen fiction for a while, an agent, very tactfully told me that my voice is more sweet and perhaps more of a middle grade genre, and that seemed to fit. And so when I got ready to sit down and write this story, it came together.
That's funny that you say your voice is sweet, because it is a really sweet story of friendship between an older lady and a young girl. So who inspired this? Someone in your life actually inspired this story, right?
Exactly. This is actually the seed of this was planted with my own daughter and the elderly lady across the street who had asthma, and she needed help to walk her dog. And when my daughter went to help her just by taking the dog out, the dog refused to go until the lady went along with them. And it was always going to be until it gets used to you, but that day never happened. And so it just became a daily walk with the three of them, and a beautiful friendship came from that. And so when I got ready to tell the story, there's so much in the world with race relations and teaching at a diverse high school. I just was aware of that. I have three beautiful African-American nephews that I just want the world to be better for. And so I just got thinking, what could I do with this story if I set it in 1968 and had them be exactly in the South, and had it be the two of them of different races, and the whole story just came at that point.
Well, has anyone said to you, what makes you think you can write from the perspective of an African-American person?
Is
that something that you had to think about?
I was blissfully ignorant when I didn't realize that it is frowned upon to write outside of your race. But my editor, Nancy Paulson, is amazing, and this is not her first rodeo, so she's done this many times. So she set me up with a wonderful sensitivity readers to make sure that I was capturing their voice without veering into stereotypes. And so we had some great sensitivity readers, and I think that helped so much, and it helped my confidence. But you're always going to, I think if you go outside of your own lane, that's where the best fiction is waiting for you. So I think it would be a sad world if we only wrote exactly what we knew.
And your brother is in this book too, right?
Yes, my brother was born deaf and in the 1960s, and so one of the characters is a deaf brother, and so I borrowed upon a lot of my knowledge with him to have him be her sister as well.
I feel like there are so many messages in this book about acceptance. It's really a good one.
Thank you.
Tammy Bundy, thank you. Tammy's going to be at Books by the Banks tomorrow at the Duke Energy Center. 2:15 is when you speak, is that right?
Yeah, 2:30 is a panel that I will be speaking at.
Okay, so go down and see Tammy Bundy at Books by the Banks. If you can't go, get Walking with Miss Millie. It really is a charming, charming book. Thank you so much, Tammy.
Much.
We'll be right back.